Hey you guys, it's me, Rachel, ready to lose 77. I'm gonna try again to film this video. I've watched a couple of videos tonight that have really hit home, I guess is the way to say it. They've really hit home to me. One was about one lady was saying in one video that not everybody is meant to be the same size. Not everybody is meant to celebrate the same NSVs. I couldn't agree with her more. I personally, I have no desire to be what I guess the world standard of skinny is. When I see a woman's body structure that I would like to have, it's never been a thin woman. Never. It's just not, you know, God bless the Jillian Michaels of the world, you know. I mean, I can honestly say that I don't care to have abs of steel and, you know, just be, I guess, the world standard of perfect. To me, the world standard of, my standard of perfection is a woman that's lived life. A woman that has lived life for others, and a woman who has had children, and a woman who, you know, is real. You know, it's just not that she's not real. She's worked to have the body she has, and that's been her life, and that's been what she does. I mow my yard, I work, I take care of my daughter, I live my life through her, for her. She was 9 pounds 3 ounces. You don't recover well from that. But that's not the reason I'm big. You know, the reason I'm big is because I overeat, and I overeat unhealthy foods. I probably eat more unhealthily than I do overeat. It's really hard to explain the fact that I guess I've never knew about eating healthy. My sister-in-law was how I got introduced to even people that even ate in healthy lifestyles. I had people in my life that were thin, but it's because they were thin. You know, they really didn't eat healthy. My cousin, she pretty much like lived off of cereal, you know. And then a lot of my friends growing up, my teenage friends, they starved themselves. They really, really did, you know, to stay skinny, you know. That's brings me into a whole nother issue of another video. This, you might not see her face good, but this is my 14-year-old daughter. She has a wonderful figure to me. At her age, I was well over 200 pounds. The lady's concern in the video was, you know, how to keep her son from experiencing obesity the way she did. For me, with my daughter, I've never badgered her. I've never tried to make her feel less than perfect, because she is in my eyes. But I have preached health, and I have preached you don't ever want to be 330 something pounds like your mom. You don't ever want to have to go through surgery, and I went through surgery and I'm still struggling to lose weight. It's not, you know, that to me is super difficult. I mean, I was so afraid to get the lap band surgery and not lose weight, which we'll go back to here in just a minute. But for her, I've just preached being active, and let's watch, you know, what you take in, and let's, you know, weigh yourself periodically if you see yourself getting above a weight that you're not happy with. But I've mainly preached to her how it feels to be overweight, you know, to not be able to do the things I want to do. Whenever I was substitute bus driving, I was 332 to 337 pounds. There were times where I didn't know if I was going to fit behind certain seats, school bus seats, you know what I mean? And that's scary, and that's embarrassing, you know. I mean, you know, there was no way I was going to even try 90% of the things people do on vacation, because I didn't either want to be looked at or not be able to fit in something. You know, it just wasn't going to, I would rather not even try than fail at it. You know what I mean? Or be, you know, put on the spot in front of people. Another thing with my daughter, I don't want to be judged on beauty. I just hate that, you know. I have been told many, many times, more than once, by more than one person, you have such a beautiful face. You know, you just need to lose weight. I just, you know, to me, that is the most backward compliment I've ever heard or ever will hear in my freaking life. And I'm not crying, y'all. It just, to me, I'm beautiful because I'm me, because I'm good-hearted, not because whatever the world's standard of beauty is, because to me, beauty is different in everybody. I can pretty much find something beautiful about everybody. And I want her to know that she's not valued by a man or by anybody else. Whenever I got my divorce, with my first husband, I thought, oh well, if I was just smaller, if I was just skinnier, he would have been happy with me. It's not true. He's on his second divorce, and good Lord, trust me, it ain't gone no better for nobody else. It's who he is. It doesn't make me any different or any less of a person. And I want her to feel that way, that these little teenage boys in the world, they don't determine who she is or her beauty or her value, and that her weight is not so much the issue as her health. That's what I'm trying to wrap my mind around. In the beginning, I was embarrassed kind of with this whole, should I keep doing the YouTube, because I wasn't losing weight like some of the other people that I started out watching. But you know what? This is my journey. This is how I'm learning. I'm learning, you know, to eat healthy, to eat good, to, you know, ways to naturally boost your metabolism. There's just so many things that I'm trying to figure out that I was never taught. You know, I was raised in a family that deep fried everything. So, you know, this is a learning process for me, and this is my process. And maybe this, when somebody else watches my journey and later on down the road, I say, you know, it took me a year and a half to get to 170, 180 pounds. So what? I may have saved myself from having a massive heart attack because I learned to do it the right way. I didn't starve myself or eat and throw it up. And, you know, this is my personal journey. And this is one of the books that's by Joyce Myers that I'm reading. It's called Look Good, Feel Great. She is a Christian, she's a preacher basically, but she's in amazing shape to be like 70 years old. You just have to, I guess, see Joyce Myers. She's around 70, y'all. I don't know exactly her age, but it just, some of these things just really, really get to me, I guess, especially when it comes to a mother's way of feeling about her child. I know what that struggle is. I know that, y'all know with the counseling thing, that was something that was hard for me to break down and do. Don't know why, but it was super hard. I can tell y'all all my business, okay? But it was super hard to look somebody in their face and tell them the most personal, intimate parts of your life. And you don't want to bawl, you don't want to cry, you know, you want to stay strong, and you know, and you also don't want to seem like you're cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, you know what I mean? But, you know, why are you obese? There are certain reasons why I'm obese. For one, I was raised in a family where we never practiced healthy, anything, eating, exercise, anything. Number two, according to, and this is according to going to counseling, I was raised in a home where food wasn't always present. There was, you know, when we got food in the house, it was almost like every, you know, people, or we had a hoard mode. I don't know how to describe it, you know what I mean? everything has been in abundance since I was 13. My father got custody of me and above, and now I had lack for nothing. So you don't know that you're taking that on mentally, but you are. One of the big factors, I was molested as a child. The man that molested me was supposed to be serving 40 years in prison. I just found out today that he will be released in a year and a half. I am not the only one. 3 more of my first cousins and his 2 nephews. And this man's going to walk free, y'all. He's going to walk free. And he's going to be living in Monroe, Louisiana. I want y'all to know that everybody has children, because I can't stop it, but I'm praying for every child that will come in contact with this man. It has changed who I am. It has changed those other children. It has caused me to always shy away from men. It has caused me to be over obsessively protective of my daughter. She's never stayed the night with a strange person, ever. Or a friend who has a stranger in the house. Ever. I won't allow it. She's 14 years old. I will not allow it. I won't. I can honestly say my daughter's never been touched by a man. She's never had to experience what I experienced. She didn't have her innocence taken from her. Apparently, the counselor believes that to be unattractive to men, I tend to stay heavy. I believe that. Whenever I lost that 106 pounds, and I would get a lot of, get attention from men and get whistles and, comments made. You know how some men can be. Cars pull up next to me, and, guys try to get your attention. Just things like that. It would embarrass me. It would make me feel ashamed, And the reason I'm asking this and the reason I'm saying this is because everybody's reason for being obese is so different. I don't know. It's just weird. And I guess that's why, for me, I've had to struggle, and I'm having to learn that it's okay if somebody finds me attractive. Big deal. I'm in control of me now. I'm not a child anymore. I get offended when people find my daughter attractive. She's 14. She looks older. I have actually gone off on a man in Circle K for looking at her. She was only 13 at the time. But I wanted him to know that he was looking at the behind of a 13-year-old child, But my point is just, understand, study why you are where you are. Get okay with that part of your life. Learn health. Learn how to be healthy. Learn how to eat healthy. Learn how about your metabolism. Learn about how your body digests and processes food. Learn about how food is grown and what chemicals are used on it, and how your beef and chicken and all that. Learn about how all those things. Your carbs, your calories, your cholesterol, your fats, your saturated fats. All these things are things I'm learning about. I'm really learning about aspartame. Oh my God. I've been sucking down aspartame for 100 billion years. Probably can't even take that back. I'm trying to move to the stevia. Of course, they'll try to find something wrong with that here in a couple of years anyways. But my point is just learn about the things that you can control. Learn why you are the way you are. Take care of the mental health aspect of it, and let it be a journey for life, not just a race to be skinny, because that's not the overall goal. At least it's not for me.